If I could have my ideal pyramid, what ideally I would pay quarterbacks. My ideal pyramid. The top of the pyramid would only be 5 guys. I would pay them what the market bears, 28 to 30 million. Aaron Rodgers, Andrew Luck, Patrick Mahomes, Russell Wilson, Tom Brady. I'm just going to pay them what I have to pay them. I'm not going to have to love it. Aaron's a little brittle. Andrew Luck's been hurt. Russell's a little small. Patrick Mahomes a little young. Brady a little old. They're not perfect, but I'd pay them what the market bears. Then the guys I'd push back on a little, and I'd pay about $23 million a year tops, are guys like Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees, Matt Ryan, Big Ben, Carson Wentz, and Watson. Now, Carson Wentz and Watson have been, there's some injury concerns here, but I think they're transformative talents. I think Wentz is better than Watson. Watson's doing it behind an awful offensive line. The third tier, I'd try to pay somewhere in the $18 to $20 million zone. That is, that's guys that are grown-ups. They can run a team. Garoppolo, Stafford, Goff, Dak, Cam. I'd even put Andy Dalton in there and Kirk Cousins in there. They're grown-ups. I can trust them. That's only 18 quarterbacks. So that tells you I'm out on Mariota, who isn't healthy enough or good enough, and I'm out on Winston, who's not grown up enough and available enough because he gets suspended. I didn't count the Bakers, the Sams, the Joshes, the Lamars, Trubisky. I need more. There's not a lot of guys I want to pay big money for. They're just not. And if I'm paying you $30 million like Dak, then I shouldn't have to pay $16 million for a wide receiver and eventually $24 million for a running back and be petrified if there's an injury on the offensive line. Dak's getting into a territory where I think Dak's a tier 3 guy, and he wants to be paid tier 1 money. That's trouble. Welcome back. It's good to have you in. Remember this about the NBA draft. We went and looked it up last night. At the last 20 NBA drafts, the draft every other year gives you one great transformational player. Durant, LeBron, D-Wade. I count Westbrook in that. The NBA draft on average gives you 5 All-Stars. And when I say All-Star, I mean like one-time All-Star, Kyle Korver, Mo Williams. That's all the draft gives you. In fact, it looks like it's trending that it's giving you less than that. So don't kid yourself about this draft. All my NBA scouts have said the same thing. There's 2 stars in this draft, Zion and Ja Morant. There's a third kid, R.J. Barrett at Duke, who's really going to score a lot of points. He may not have the Zion or Ja Morant, but the kid averaged 22 at Duke with a bunch of NBA guys and sharing the ball. R.J. Barrett, the gap after 3 to 4 is a silhouette. It is a crapshoot. And that's not my opinion. Never forget what this draft gives you. This is not the NFL draft where you can find Tom Brady in the 6th. You got 2 rounds. Historically, there's almost nothing after about the 16th pick. I went and looked the last 20 drafts. Every other year, you get a game changer. Okay? Then you get about 5 1-, 2-time All-Stars every draft. And so everybody this morning is like, oh, the Knicks lost. The Lakers won because the Lakers went from 11 to 4. The gap between the 3rd pick, R.J. Barrett, the Knicks could get that, and the 4th pick, the Lakers, is a silhouette. Rob Pelinka saying yesterday's quote, he said, oh, my God, we went from 11 to 4. That sounds good on Twitter. But guys in the NBA know that the gap from 4 to 11, you may get a better player at 10 than you do at 4. It's just a crapshoot. A crapshoot means you don't know exactly what you're getting. A lot of guys, like 2 of my scouts, love the center, the late developing center, Jackson Hayes at Texas. Everybody says he's going to go 11th. I got scouts saying that's the sleeper in the draft. That's the Klay Thompson. That's the guy that's going to pop. And he's going 11th. So the Knicks' 3rd pick is of much greater value than the Lakers' 4th pick. And both of them want Anthony Davis. And Anthony Davis will go to New York or L.A. And Rich Paul would take either one of those, although he'd probably prefer L.A. because LeBron's there. But the Knicks, if I'm the Pelicans and I get Zion, and Zion elects to play for the Pelicans, and I look from a marketing standpoint, New Orleans is a party and football city. It's one of the great college football cities in the country. It's probably the #1 party city in America. It's one of the best NFL cities. Bruh, not an NBA town. Marketing matters. They can't sell tickets with Anthony Davis. They can't sell tickets the year they made the playoffs. If you could give me Zion and R.J. Barrett, best friends at Duke, Duke's the #1 program, and then you throw in a couple picks, Kevin Knox, I'd take that over a number 4 pick, which is a crapshoot. Kyle Kuzma, Lonzo Ball, and his dad. Now, the Lakers do have a better roster than the Knicks currently have. But R.J. Barrett, if you ask any scout in this league, has a much higher ceiling than Kyle Kuzma and most believe Brandon Ingram. So if I'm David Griffin and Zion did elect to play for me in a city that's a party city, a college football city, an NFL city, where I can't sell tickets with Anthony Davis, the New York third pick, is infinitely more captivating from a marketing standpoint than the Lakers' 4th and a bunch of guys that LeBron doesn't want to play with. I mean, there's a reason all those Laker names came out during the trading deadline, because LeBron told Magic, can't win big with these guys. LeBron's not into these guys. Why should the Pelicans be? So, this idea the Lakers won last night, the gap between 3 and 4 in this draft is a mile wide. And never forget what the NBA draft is. I went back and looked at the last 20. You get a difference maker every other draft, 1. And then you average about 5 All-Stars, and I'm talking it is a lot of Kyle Korver All-Stars, not Steph Curry All-Stars. So the idea the Lakers won, people inside the league are not going, ooh, the 4th pick. Everybody in the league knew last night, top 3 picks, those are guarantees. After that, there's a lot of finger crossing. And I'm not saying there won't be another 5 guys that make it, but it's a crapshoot. That's what I'm hearing from my scouts all over the league. After 3, it's a crapshoot. Would, depends on the system, the coach, the attitude, the injuries, crapshoot. Joy with the news.